streaming on both YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. So I'm looking forward to getting some questions. Two people in the chat. Oh, you asked me a question. What's up?
Oh yeah, my question. I wrote it down.
It was what separates.
What separates your barbershop from other barbershops? Not only in your hometown, but in the whole, like around the world.
My barbershop from barbershops around the world.
Yeah.
So what I realized is that a lot of barbershops, most of them, I'd say maybe 80-90%, they're operating on an old school Stone Age linear system where people just walk in, they sit down, they wait, and then they get a haircut, they pay in cash, and then they leave. Now, when I opened my barbershop, not only did I want it to be a smarter where people could use transactions and everybody was united on how we accept money. You know, not one person used Cash App, one person used PayPal, one person used, we all accept the same point of sale processing system. But then I wanted it to be diverse. I wanted it to be a shop where somebody could walk in and then they could see a barber in the shop that could do that no matter what culture they come from. And I also wanted it to be a shop where people could come in and feel comfortable no matter what culture they come from. So those are two things that separate us as far as customer experience. When it comes to like internal affairs, we have fun and cool things that we do together as a team. I don't know about a lot of shops that do team building activities, like team building activities. Like you might have some that, three of these guys that go out to the club, or these two girls that leave the salon and go get pedicures and stuff like that. But we do things as a team. We go to conferences together. We go get food together. And then we have meetings, frequent meetings, which is the foundation of why we are operating the way that we do.
Okay.
Is your plan to monopolize or open multiple barbershops within the Buffalo region? All right, so what I realized in B80 is that Buffalo is saturated. It's a red ocean of barbershops. A lot of barbers that I've met have low. They feel like customers have very low expectation. So with them feeling that customers have low expectation, then they're living and dying by the price. They're like, all right, just give me $10. All right, just give me $15. All right, just give me $20, right? I don't want to open another shop in an environment like that. So I would prefer to take an existing shop and grow it. If we acquire that shop, then, obviously we'll have multiple shops. But to start a new shop from scratch, not sure if we have the stamina for that right now. Remember, I didn't have it when it first came. What's that? The barbershop? The book? I mean, the blueprint? What are we talking about? Yeah, so this book right here, right? It took me 18 months to write it, right? And at first, I was thinking like, yo, why am I going to write a book? Why am I going to write a book? Is it really just to like show everybody like how smart and successful I am? Or is it really to help people? Is it really to like just say that I'm a book author? Or is it really to just like, spread a message of, the personal trials and tribulations that I've been through? I decided to like combine 3 of the 4 where it's like really like helping people, telling the story, because like opening up the barbershop, well, I would start from the beginning. My purpose came from my pain. Not a lot of people know why I cut hair. When they ask me casually why I cut hair, I always tell them like, I couldn't get haircuts when I was a kid, so I started cutting hair. That's the elevator answer. The real story is like the pain that it caused me. Like it's still something that I have some issues with, because like when we go through something for the first time, we may not have the tools in our toolbox to deal with it. But for me, at that point, just getting bad haircuts, getting ridiculed at school, getting ridiculed in my neighborhood, like it really forced me to like work hard to never have to go through that again. but it made me create a skill. I didn't necessarily address the issue of like, yo, like defending myself on my haircut, like it just killed me. I knew what they were saying was true. So that was why it bothered me. I knew my cut was messed up. I knew my clothes was messed up. I knew all of these things. But I had to work with the resources that I had available to me in order to work my way out of that situation. And what I learned from writing the book is that has been a pattern throughout life. It wasn't until recently, I'd say maybe within the past 6-7 years, where I decided to find mentors, find people that have been through what I've been through, read books. Because in the barber industry, you go to a barber, in my early stages of barbering, and I talk about this in the book too. When I first started in this barbershop, I learned how to cut on my own. I started in the barbershop when the shop in my neighborhood gained some interest, right? I was thrown in the fire. They were just watching me die on cuts. They weren't like coming to me like, yo, young blood, this is how you cut, this is how you do this is how you do that, this is how you handle this is how you handle that. Like my onboarding process was just like, cut. All right, so I guess